hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.
Oh, just like that.
Llegué, estoy aquí en Major World.
Oh my God, you remember those Major World commercials? They probably still have them.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Dude, people still advertising. People still listen to the radio. Some
Yes,
people listen to the radio.
They do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Mastodon Podcast, episode 216. We are back. We are live. And God, there's a lot of things going on. The diddler finally diddled himself into something he can't diddle himself out of. He diddling all the way. You know what I mean? So we got that story to cover, a bunch of stuff to talk about, but we just want to just give a quick shout out, quick moment of appreciation for everybody that jumps in the chat, joins us live, joins us now while we're actually live, or watches the video afterwards in our archive. We appreciate all of it. And if you can't watch the video version, which we always prefer, you can always check us out on your favorite audio podcast listening platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you watch or listen to your favorite podcast. You can check us out there. But if you don't find us on your preferred podcast listening platform, Berto about to let you know what to do.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. Shout out to Chris, first in the chat, first to like, first to watch. With that being said, that's it.
It's time.
It's time.
Man, so, yeah, interesting. Go ahead. Hit
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
We're live.
We're live.
In effect.
In effect.
A lot of things going on.
A hell of a lot.
Diddy is out here.
I'm in a polo.
You are.
That's
in a
how
polo.
much shit is going on.
Yeah, no. You look like you're ready to hit the streets and report live
I might.
from the house of the diddler.
Yeah, I might. Live from in front of the Diddler's Diddling Palace. Damn. So I did want to start with a couple things because every now and then I like to touch on things that kind of, they make me happy, or other things that I think are annoying, or things that kind of, are off-putting to me.
Uh-huh.
So today, can we just make like a quick public service announcement? I just want to make an announcement to everybody, whether you listen to this, whether you don't, whether you know somebody that does this, you can let them know. You could send this, you can clip this, send it to them, or when we clip it and post it, you can send it to them. If you're going to wear skinny jeans, or you're going to wear skinny sweats or fitted pants, you cannot sag them. Those are conflating signals. It doesn't work. And it looks like you shit your pants. It looks like you got a big old shit in a diaper sagging down your pants. Mm-hmm. It's to a point now where I'm like, this is so weird. Guys are wearing medium clothes. They wear a little tiny tight shirt, and then they wear tight skinny pants, and then they sag their pants with bright red underwear on, or some shit, or some kind of crazy ass pair of drawers, and their whole ass is out while their pants are skinny. Like they have trouble walking a little bit, like almost like their shoelaces are tied together,
Dude.
What is that, bro?
Two things.
One thing's for certain.
One thing's for certain, two things for sure. You're absolutely correct. The underwear thing is crazy to me, that there's like this new wave of, first of all those underwear, they're expensive. They're not cheap. And it's like a part of the outfit. It's like, it's an accessory almost. It's crazy. And then the skinny plus the sag, I don't know. I don't understand it. I do agree with you. I think it is a contradiction. And that's a down south thing, dude.
Bro, down south thing.
Are they doing it? We're doing it here in New York too?
Bro, you never seen somebody walking around and they even know it feels weird because you see them kind of trying to pull their shirt down. I'm like, then you know already that it looks weird. It feels uncomfortable for you. You feel like something's wrong. I don't know if it's a draft. I don't know what they're feeling.
I seen them with the belt on too. You ever seen them with the skinny sagged with the belt on?
With the belt around their knees.
The belt is so. I'm like, that really doesn't make any sense. You're not using that thing to its potential.
No, start walking like olive oil. You ever see? You ever watch Popeye, big skinny bitch?
Oh
with
yeah,
the bun?
yeah.
I'm like, bro, why are you walking with your knees together? Because your pants are. The waist is around here.
Yeah, is that real denim, you think, or is that you think that's jegging material?
It's got to be jegging. I'm hoping it's jegging, especially if he's got ops.
Yeah.
Because where are you going in those skinny jeans sagging around your knees when I know most of y'all running around there got ops? Where are you going?
Yeah, you're right. I don't get it. I'm not a part of the trend, but I'm old now, you know? I get my shorts at Costco.
Yeah, I used to tell myself, I'm like, listen, maybe I'm just older. I don't get it. Nah, bro. No.
I used to sag my baggy jeans.
That's different. Bring back the baggy jeans. If you're going to sag your jeans, just have them bigger. You get the we all got that effect when we were growing up. We got the sag effect without the waist being below my at my thighs.
But they gotta one up us, bro. It's got to be extreme.
What's next? You just have the pant legs dragging and your feet are in there and you're just walking with the pant legs.
No pants.
Shit's around your shins. No pants. That's
no
next.
pants or spandex. Male spandex.
You drag the pants behind you on a string.
Yeah.
Just drag them.
Yeah. Pants come in tomorrow.
What's going on? Anything in the chat that we need to touch on? Because I do have...
Chris says they look like they just got wrangled by the sheriff who ran out of rope and then he got them with the belt around their ankles instead. And they look like they're about to be hogtied.
The lasso.
Yeah,
you know?
Crazy. I don't know. I want to touch on something that you posted on the on social media. The story you posted.
Yeah, something. All right. So for a couple days, the last few days, I've seen in different places. I've seen kind of road work, right? And it made me think. It made me kind of look back into what I've seen at these roadside construction sites. And the thing that I see all the time, proven right again yesterday and the day before, was these guys that are busting up this concrete, that are busting everything up, and then there's women always working the sites, but all they do is hold the sign. Mm-hmm. So my question becomes, is she getting paid the same as the guy that's swinging a sledgehammer or riding a jackhammer that's going to have him vibrating like that for the next week?
Yeah. Hachi, that's a pretty sweet gig, though, no?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of times they still look like hell just as much as the men. But I think it's just because of being out in the elements and stuff like that. It just makes you look like a boot.
And
that's just what happens over time.
And you got to be a particular person to survive in that kind of an environment.
Yeah.
That's a man's man, blue collar.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to like be catcalled and spit something out immediately after. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it also helps to look like one of the guys with the catcalling and stuff. You probably don't get harassed much when you look like Frank, you know?
That comes with years on the job.
Yeah, years on the job. You kind of evolve like a Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Dude, by the time they retire, they got a full mustache.
Yeah.
They just start getting every couple of years.
Squatting,
women will grow a couple more.
Like 425.
Yeah, they end up with this puppy at the end. That's what they come home with.
But no, seriously, I know we're joking and stuff, but my question really is, do they get paid the same? And I actually had somebody respond, and he said they do, and he said that it just works that way. He's like, it's just easier for everyone. He's like, you know, they typically don't want to do that. And if they do it, they don't do it as fast as us. We could just get done quicker if it's all of us. So everyone just agrees to it. And it makes sense. I get it. You're not holding me up. We're not doing this job for an extra week here.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't work as quickly as the guys. We're going to knock it out. You get paid the same. Who cares? There's two of you here.
Oh, so they do get paid the same.
Yeah. Which I think is crazy, unless it was a rotating position. Like on Monday, Johnny holds a sign. Tuesday, Rebecca holds a sign.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I just found it was just intriguing to me when I saw it. It made me
You
think
ever
of
see
it.
the construction sites that say men working?
Yeah.
Those are very popular.
Yeah, they are very popular because they're the only ones that are true.
You think they're not allowed to use the other ones? You like union rules?
No, I think that, I mean, based if you reference exactly what I'm saying right now, only the men were working.
Yeah, listen, she's got to hold that puppy.
She does have to hold it. And I'm sure there's a lot of responsibility. He also mentioned, he said, and don't get me wrong, he said out there it might be simple. Might be easy doing it. He's like, out in the boroughs, it's like he's like, people come after you every day when you hold a sign.
Yeah, dude, you holding that sign, you're like an air traffic controller in Manhattan, dude.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't want to be in the middle of some Bronx high-speed road. Everybody's in a rush trying to get somewhere. There's cabs everywhere. Like, nah, bro.
I just watched a video on Reddit where the two guys at the end weren't communicating. Guys, gals, I don't know what they were. the two people that were holding the signs, one at each end, one was because they were blocking. It's 2 lanes. They were blocking a lane, so they would have to let traffic go through this way for a little bit, and then they would let traffic come this way for a little bit, and they weren't communicating appropriately, and one car like slipped through as all the other cars were coming.
Oh no, head on.
Yeah, and he made it through fine, but it was like, you're right, it's not. I'm sure it's. I'm not gonna say it's a hard job, but no, I take back everything I said. That job's fucking easy. You just tell them, hey, listen, I'm gonna let him through, and the other person says, hey, stop letting him through. I'm gonna let him through. Nope, sorry, can't rationalize this one. That's not a difficult job.
Now you got to throw in a curveball. There's also a slow and a stop. Got to make sure that puppy's facing the right way.
Yeah, I mean, that's important too.
There you go. We're not just walking here. We're chewing gum.
Yeah, no, you're
All right.
absolutely right. Yeah, you got to have good boots too.
Yeah.
Good boots for standing. Tough job. Someone's got to do it.
But yeah, it was interesting. So he says they get paid the same and says that it's kind of the way it is, which makes sense. If that's how it works, that's how it works. I just kind of wanted to,
Yeah.
poke a little bit and see the idea that, what people thought. But if it works, it works.
Yeah, listen, if they like it, I love it. Let's get it. Speaking of liking it and loving it, let's talk about. Nope, this isn't going to work, but take that. Let's talk about if it was Take It, it would have been perfect.
But he calls himself Love.
He calls himself.
That's one of his
That's what
AKAs.
his is. Love?
Mm-hmm.
Just love?
Just the word love.
Dude, he just has too much money.
So let the people know who we're talking about.
We're talking about Sean Combs, P. Diddy, P. Diddler.
The Diddler's Diddler.
Yeah.
He's your favorite Diddler's Diddler.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely your Diddler's Diddler. He's America's #1 Diddler.
King Diddler.
Yeah, 100%. Emperor Diddler.
The boss Diddler.
100. Yeah. Overseeing continents.
Oh, yeah.
North America's Diddler.
Hell yeah.
You kidding me?
Hell yeah.
At the Diddler's Ball, he wins every year.
Every year. He's the MVD.
Yeah, 100%. Dude,
Most valuable Diddler.
And he also is on the panel. He's on the judges too. He's the judges. He's
the judge's favorite Diddler.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about Puffy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs.
Sean Combs.
He was indicted yesterday.
Which is, I mean, we knew it was coming after the, excuse me, guys, seasonal allergies. After the raid on his homes,
Yep.
we knew that this was going to come.
We did. Yeah, we knew this was coming, but I don't know if I just think the timing of it is so peculiar.
Why? Because of the elections?
Yeah, it's just weird to me. I feel like something, because this is high profile. This is going to distract the nation.
Yeah, but I don't, dude.
It's going to distract Democratic voters, for sure. For sure.
That's funny. Yeah, I hate to. Yeah, I think that is true.
For sure.
But I think that the election is such like a soap opera right now that it's going to be a little more difficult than it's ever been previously because of the shit show that's currently going on, the drama series that we have right now that we call the elections. Like, this is something that people are, I'm sure that last debate broke records on like viewers.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, but it's not gonna. It's gonna pale in comparison to Diddy. If they stream this case, bro, which they may, because I actually saw the breakdown of the indictment and stuff on Law and Crime's YouTube channel, which is a legit channel for law-related content. They're the ones that get access to stream a lot of the cases and stuff.
Yeah,
they did the
Amber Heard shit.
Yep. They did that. They did the Young Thug case. So they're going to end up getting their hands on his Diddy case. And if this is on live stream, there is going to be people calling out of work to watch this. This is going to be bigger than OJ, bro.
Yeah, but you think that they're going to get that? Because isn't this a federal case?
Listen, man, dollars make sense. If the feds can find a way to make $100 million off this, $200 million off of this case, streaming it or something, they're going to do it.
Maybe.
They're going to do it.
I do think that if they do like broadcast it the same way they did the Amber
OJ?
Heard case or OJ or YSL, it is going to get a lot of engagement.
I think it's going to get not only engagement. I think it's going to grow the law and crime channel itself. I think it's going to blow that channel up. Like, so many things are going to fall into place for so many people involved in this case if they're able to stream it. I think it's even going to make the artists more popular that are involved. It's going to make people go and listen to Lil Rod's productions.
Yeah, then that's another interesting part of this whole entire case is that we're talking about Diddy, but the truth is like there's going to be a lot more people named in this. There's a racketeering charge, which I think alludes to the fact that there's other people that were involved. He wasn't just diddling by himself. I think he had a team of diddlers, and he was orchestrating like diddles.
He was orchestrating.
Yeah, no, like he was, doing cross country plays.
Yo, he absolutely was.
Yeah.
Hold on. I had
You got a couple Spark Notes?
Yeah, I wanted to just break down just the definition of racketeering. Because I hear this term a lot, and I used to hear it a lot, and I hear it in the RICO context a lot. But I have to remind myself of what exactly it is.
Dude, I really don't know what it is.
So it's a pattern of illegal activity that is carried out in furtherance of an enterprise which is owned or controlled by those engaged in such activity. So it's like a crime syndicate.
Yeah.
It's a crime organization, and it's a pattern of illegal activity, almost like they're running an illegal business.
Yeah.
Off the back of this kind of activity. And then it says also, Racketeering Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is the RICO statute. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for them to be doing that, they're talking about sex trafficking with him. They're talking about assault. They're talking about sexual crimes, illegal guns.
Dude, what's going to happen when they start like listing names and like we know these people, they're other celebrities? What if they release the Diddy list, the diddler list? You know what I'm saying? What if there could be a diddler list that we don't know about?
Yeah, I mean, part of me thinks they're not even going to release any, many other names. Because I think, you ever see Training Day?
Yes.
Do you know the scene when he goes and meets with all of those high-end crooked cops and politicians and lawyers at that
like
table?
Judges, yeah.
And judges when they're all having cigars and talking. And he comes over there and he's gotten himself into a bit of a pickle. And these guys all make it very clear that they're not going to support him in this. Like, dude, you're kind of on your own. You got to figure this out with these guys. You got to get this money for these guys. Like, I feel like Diddy went into a room and there was a meeting like that. I feel like Diddy walked into a room and all the people that run show business, people that run entertainment, people that run all that dirty high-end crime in that avenue of the world, they were just like, dude, you're on your own here. And he's like, come on, man. Help me out. Like, come on. I just need come on, like old times, Yeah. And he like old times, can't you help me out? Just like, like old times.
I think you've gone too far.
Yeah. And they're like,
too much diddling.
They're like, you're too hot. You're hot, bro. You're hot. And they were like, this is all you, man. You're done.
After that Cassie shit,
Like,
we told you.
We told you,
You
bro.
was in the hallway with your socks
right?
on.
What were them socks, bro? What were those socks about, Puff?
I feel like Cassie's the catalyst for all of this.
Yeah, she could be, man. You never know. She could be messing with the son of one of the guys at this table telling him he's done.
Listen, you never know.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but you never know. I think that
Can't you see a meeting like that taking place? Like the guys who really make it rock. Like the guy that
I'm sure,
owns
yeah.
like the, take it like the liquor companies and stuff. That guy and like the guy from Big Tobacco and shit is
I
sitting
think that regardless, like when he seeks whether the conversation happened or not, he's going to seek help from people who are going to be unable to help him based off of things like that. They're going to be like, listen, dude, I can't help you. How can I possibly help you? I told you 6 months ago. I told you a long time ago.
Don't ever fuck me, Tony.
Exactly.
Don't ever. Hey, man. When he really starts screaming.
But I guess we'll see what comes as a result of this. I think that there is going to be a bunch of people that we know that are going to be named. Like other celebrities.
Low-level people.
I think they're going to put out the Epstein's flight log. The Diddler flight log. I think they're gonna put out the Diller flight log, and we're gonna see, oh shit, so and so's on there.
I mean, could be they.
You think he's not just Dylan alone?
No, he's not diddling alone. But I think they're gonna, if they let any names out, it's gonna be low level people that were lower than him.
Dude,
It's not going to be the people that he was mentored and taught the game by guys that don't look like him. The whole way. When he first came into music and it was before Bad Boy, but the reason he made Bad Boy was he's parted ways with these other companies, these other labels. And he was always under the wing of a guy that doesn't look like he looks.
Yeah, but those guys aren't like as big or as influential or as wealthy. I think these people that you're referring to as like the people who were flying the Epstein's Island. I don't think that they get that same like, let's hide these people. I think that they're just high enough that they're probably very, very successful in what they do, but not high enough where they can be hidden.
Nah, these are the guys that if they woke up with Diddy's money, they jump out the window.
Yeah.
It's those guys.
Yeah.
Like the guys that are...
I don't think he was diddling with those guys.
They know about it and they help facilitate all this. And it's just like, be smart, but call this guy if that's what you're looking for. You know, like that kind of thing.
I think it's going to be like other artists.
I think it's to satisfy. I think that's the low level. I feel like the artists are the victims. They're his victims. They're not the people doing it with him. If you look at it, these are all Cassie, victim. This producer, victim. You know, these other people that are coming out and suing him, they're the songwriters, and they're all victims of his.
Yeah, because those are the people who have spoken out. But the other people who are sitting home hoping to Christ that nobody knocks on their door, those are the people who are going to be named. These people,
Yeah, those
who
are the Jay-Z's.
Well,
Those are
that's what I'm saying is that
you know,
those are the people who are going to be named as like his like, you know, people who diddled alongside him. You know, you telling me they excuse me. You're telling me you wouldn't be surprised if they start reading the list and the first name is, and we're starting with Juicy J. Juicy J was with Diddy on April 9th, and they start telling a wild story, and I'm like, you know what? Juicy J, 3-6? Yeah, that makes sense.
See, I don't see it as Juicy J, that like an artist, because that's what we're saying. When we're using these names, we're just saying an artist that level kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I'm
that
not
Juicy
seeing
J
it
did-
being
yeah.
like a Scott Storch, damn, like, nah, I'm not
Yeah.
seeing it as like a, you know, a Nas or, nah, I'm seeing it as like a Bob Kraft.
No way.
You know what I'm saying?
Diddy's not
Like-
in those circles, dude. You think Bob Kraft's hanging out with P. Diddy?
No, these are not hanging out. That's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
not diddling with him.
They're more
He's got a
discreet.
private diddler that
and
maybe
we shouldn't
Diddy...
be saying names as examples because these are jokes. All right, guys, these are jokes. This is a joke. It's satire. But
But
go
the
ahead.
truth is, you think that, but somebody as success, not Bob Kraft, but somebody as successful as Bob Kraft would have Diddy doing like his doing his diddler back end, you know, getting his supply of diddlers through Diddy? No way, dude. He's got a private diddler who he diddles with. Diddy is bringing in other people. There's people in the industry. It has to be people in the same industry as him. Other artists, maybe people who are, you know, artists adjacent, but most certainly not anybody of the caliber of somebody who could possibly own an NFL team. You know, I don't think that those guys, I think that even though Diddy's a rich guy, he's not in those circles.
Bro, I don't mean that he's in these circles. I mean these circles allow him to operate. You
Nah, I
know,
think
these are the people that really run the kind of stuff and people even bigger than them. Like, I think the artists are the diddlies, not the diddlers.
Uh-huh.
They are the diddled.
Now, I think
know what
they're
I
all, I
mean?
think that they're going to be exposed to have done some diddling. I think that maybe they started as diddlies, but they worked their way up.
All right. They got
Excuse me,
promoted
ups.
to diddlers. Well, listen, that's going to remain to be seen, but I just think they're super high level people that run the show. Like if you go a level above Diddy, that's where you find the real shit. Like he's like an underboss. You know, Diddy's like an underboss. Like if you look at this like a chart, like how they would break down a criminal organization, Diddy's like, you know, you're going to have like 2 guys up here, and then it's going to be like 3 and 3, and then it's going to be like 6 8 like that under there. Diddy's like one of the 6 up there. That's like below the people below the bosses.
Yeah, but none of those people above him will be named. It's all going to be the people beneath him.
That's my point. Is
Yeah.
those people were like, take Diddy. All right. You got it. Diddy, sorry, bro. You know what time it is. It's
Yeah.
your day. Today's
Okay.
your day. Like, instead of taking him into, instead of making him think he's getting made and put a bullet in his head,
Yeah.
Instead they're just like, this is what you got to do, bro. This is what you get.
Man, talking about putting bullets in people's heads,
What do you got?
or the attempt to put bullets in people's head. There's been a second assassination attempt.
Ah, yes, apparently so.
What is going on?
Apparently so, my friend.
This one not nearly as close as the first one. Looks like security really stepped it up.
Yeah, I think at least this time they stopped it before any shots were fired, but it's weird. He looks like a libtard.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he looks like a libtard, and he does like weird libtard protesting and stuff like that. Like protesting things he doesn't understand, like that kind of thing. But I don't know. Again, I just don't believe everything I see. I don't know if this guy's a distraction too. I don't know. But apparently the Secret Service was able to spot this guy a couple holes ahead of Mr. Trump when he was playing golf. So they found this guy. They found a rifle, or they spotted a rifle like kind of in the trees or something like that, allegedly. And they opened fire on the guy, and the guy dropped his rifle, and then they were able to subdue him. So, and he had this kind of little setup, like almost like a little camp type of setup. He had like bags hanging on the fence and stuff like that. He had a GoPro. He had other stuff with him. So I don't know. And
Is he alive?
Yeah, they didn't kill him. They have him in custody. But I just find it weird because he had an AK-47.
I thought that was weird too.
Yeah, that's weird. You playing stealth with an AK in the trees, like, I don't know. I'm not a marksman or anything like that, but my research has said that an AK is not good from long range.
Yeah, but it is like the second most popular like produced weapon.
But I don't think it's
Rifle.
easily accessible in the U.S. like that. You don't just go in and buy an AK at the regular firearms store. You know what I mean?
They make like different variants now too. Like you look at the Draco, like you can't tell the difference between a Draco and an AK. Like they pretty much look the same. And there's like Russian AKs, and there's
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like the Soviet one that you could like put a shoelace in like motor oil and run it through the barrel, and that thing will shoot after you found it in the desert.
yeah,
like,
dude, you can put stuff that thing in the sand.
yeah, that
And-
kind of thing.
and
they shoot underwater and
Yeah,
like
but that's what I'm saying. But there's a lot of them, just like the M16s. I was just,
Yeah.
and I'm not a marksman. I don't know much about firearms. I just happened to watch a video the other day where they were talking about the amount of like arms produced, and I think like the AK was second or third in like the amount of of those that were produced.
yeah.
So I'm like, damn, if there's so many of them in the world, then they're probably not terribly difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah, I actually hadn't considered like the other ones because I know there are other, forms of it.
Yeah,
I hadn't
yeah.
actually considered that, so that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Things just seem weird. I don't believe nothing anymore.
Well, listen.
I don't believe anything. I'm such a skeptic. It's so bad, bro.
All right, I got another shooter story you might believe.
What do you got?
I think this is like today, yesterday, recently. NYPD goes to stop a man trying to not pay the tolls to enter the train. They ended up finding out that he had a knife in his pocket. I don't know how they knew, but they knew he had a knife in his pocket. They try to stop this guy. They chase it. He runs into the train, runs off the train, so on and so forth. At one point, he begins to approach an officer with the knife. The officer draws his firearm.
They had tried to tase him twice too.
They did try
Unsuccessfully.
to tase him twice. Unsuccessfully.
I don't know if that means they missed or if he just ate it because he was crazy.
Yeah, he did have a history of mental illness and about 20 other arrests prior to this incident. But the NYPD officer then pulls his firearm, shoots this dude, and in the process of shooting him, Dude shoots 3 other people. One of the 3 being another cop. Dude, can you imagine?
Bro, he hit somebody in the head.
He shot one old dude in the head. He didn't even shoot his target in the head.
At least the target's in critical condition, but
So is the old guy.
yeah, I know he is. Shit is terrible. And we're not laughing at the fact that people were injured. We're just like, this is chaos and craziness.
Yeah.
Like, it is absolutely nutty. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So, all right. So, what do you think? Should we start at, because I have a question. I have some questions about it. You all right? I have some questions. What I think about is my main question.
Seasonal allergies.
Yo, you really do, bro. You need a Claritin ASAP, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
All right.
It's my seasonal allergies.
But my question is, why wouldn't the guy just stop?
He's crazy.
Thank you. Which leads to the next point, the mental illness and what they say, 20 arrests?
Yeah.
He's been arrested 20 times and he's crazy. We cannot continue to think it's normal to just let crazy people walk around being crazy.
You think we should put him in a box?
They need to be somewhere and not on the subway with not crazy people.
You think that maybe, hear me out,
What do you got?
maybe we built something, an establishment, right? And then we put them all there. All in this establishment, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to need stuff to do. We get, things that need to be done that people don't want to do. We could get them to do it, like labor, you know what I'm saying? And don't let them leave this place. It'll be like a camp of sort. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're suggesting? Something like that?
Now, what kind of goods are we talking about? What are they going to be making over there? High quality carpets? What are we talking about?
Textiles. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
You know?
Just that
Things
that
they
makes
can really
sense.
concentrate on.
That's a good point, because then it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like, we're safe out on the street as normal, non-crazy people, and then we get some nice cashmere sweaters out of it.
Yeah. Cashmere sweaters would be
labor.
great. Silk
no,
scarves.
But yeah, silk.
Yeah.
Some real high-end textiles.
Yeah. You ever see how they make silk?
Isn't it a giant spider?
I don't know how big it is, but there's bugs involved for sure.
Get out of here, yeah?
Yeah,
Like what,
who's
like
better than
silkworms?
Yeah.
The little ones that be bungee jumping off the trees?
That's what I'm talking about.
Get out of here. Is that really how they make
Something to
it?
do with that. And it's funny, when you said spider, I was like, was it a spider or was it the worm? It's something to do with one of those animals. There's an animal involved, I'm sure of it. If we had
And it's not a skunk. It's absolutely a spider.
definitely not a skunk,
All right.
possibly a spider, or that caterpillar silk thing that drops down. One of those, for sure. 100% of the time, all the time, there's an animal involved. And who's better with animals than crazies? If they would have gave that guy a dog, they probably wouldn't have had to shoot him.
Wouldn't have had to shot him, shoot him. Shot him, shit him.
They would have just handed him a puppy. No, but in all seriousness, I think I brought this up just to talk about this guy's poor aim, if anything. How do you shoot 4 people?
I don't know, man. I mean, to shoot 4 people while not being shot at. The other guy didn't have a gun.
Yeah.
The other guy had a knife.
Yeah.
So, so that's my thing. I could see if it's like you see those crazy shootouts. They look nuts on YouTube. They look nothing like the movies.
Oh, dude, a shootout?
Not like the movies.
If he hit 3 other people in a shootout, I would have been like, all right, casualty of war, you know?
Yeah,
But you're right.
bystanders. Yeah, like the guy didn't have a gun, so he had a knife. He's like, running
think
toward
he
him,
was
and he's
like-
like, bang, 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 bang. He was like Yosemite Sam. He was like, bow, 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 bow. He had 2 of them. He thought he was John Wick.
How pissed was his partner when he shot him? Or I don't know if it was his partner or just I guess it's his co-worker.
Yeah. What do you think he said?
Well,
God damn it, John! You shot me, you motherfucker. It was it like rush hour or something like that?
I
We're
don't
not
know.
laughing at the fact somebody got shot. We love and support people that are helping the community. Go ahead.
yeah, no. Justin backs the blue.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Thin blue line, you know what I mean?
Thin blue line. I back the blue. You know, just don't change the American flag.
Yeah.
Every time somebody has a point to make, they start fucking with the flag.
Facts.
Going back to what I was saying, yeah, it is crazy that this dude hit 3 other people, one of them being another cop. What do I think this guy said when he shot him? I think that honestly, he thinks that like he was shot by somebody else. Like I don't think initially in your mind you think your partner shot you, unless you're like facing you. You think it was like a crossfire situation. That's the truth is that we gotta wait till the body cam. There's body cam footage.
Yeah, bro. They probably sit around with like popcorn watching that body cam footage. They're probably like, yo, you know what drops on Friday? They're like, what? Like, yo, when Officer Rick shot John, yo. Yo, that shit's dropping on Friday, yo. We're ready to go. What are you doing? You tell your wife?
Yeah.
You tell your wife? You gonna come with the boys on Friday?
Yeah.
We're gonna watch it, tell John, yo. And he's like, nah, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that shit, you know? And he's like, you're going to.
There's definitely footage. It's probably already out there, like in the other sphere.
Yeah,
Like
the
there's someone-
officer that's like the officer that's currently the female officer that's currently blowing the internal affairs guy already has that video on her phone. She
Yeah.
already sent it to 2 partners.
She has a video of the video.
Yeah, that's how that's gonna work.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
He's like, yo, you can't tell anybody about this. He's like, you can't show anybody this video for real. I'm serious, Stacy.
It's on the news.
Yo, it's on the news. This is a big case. I could have to testify and shit. And she's like, come on, don't be a pussy.
Let me see it.
Let me see. Come on. We still going on Saturday. We got the Airbnb. And he's like, nah, all right. All right. Here's the video, damn it.
That's funny.
You know, that's exactly how that went down.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's awful, man. I feel, man, I wonder what the chaos was. Maybe the guy stepped in front of the line of fire. It might have been his fault. Maybe they're all shooting and he just ducks in front of the guy next to him and gets clipped. I mean, it's got to be absolute chaos. During a New York City subway, like what time was this? Did we see?
Maybe he was trying to tackle this guy while the other guy was shooting him.
Maybe, you know.
But it doesn't prove, he still shot 2 other people.
I mean, it's New York City. This right here, bing, bing. That's you shot 3 people right there. If you let off 1 round in a New York City subway, you're gonna hit 6 people with that 1 round.
You know what? That's funny because I didn't even think about that. I wonder how many shots he let off. Like
He might have let off 11, and 2 of them went 6 inches to the right of the guy because he fell after he dropped him, you know, and there happened to be 964 people behind him.
yeah.
You
But
know?
I mean, dude, if that's the case, right? Then maybe we shouldn't shoot people in the subway. You know what I'm saying? While I
Yeah.
do believe that this guy needs to defend himself from somebody who's coming at him with a weapon, and they've already tried to tase this dude, and we're playing Monday morning quarterback. Maybe shooting him isn't the right choice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something else.
Maybe him getting, you know, but then again, it's like, what's the other option?
I don't know.
This
there's
guy
only
starts to tussle
With a guy with a knife?
With a guy with a knife. I mean, is that what we expect of the police? Like, I'm like, damn, I don't know. Or does he just hold it John Wick style, let him get close and just put one in his like gut?
Yeah, that
Like, you know what I'm saying? If he just had him like boom, 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 like dude, like lifting him up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that footage would have go Friday for sure. Johnny's going to that one.
They would have released
Johnny,
that already.
Yeah, they would have dropped it. World Star.
100%. They would have dropped it.
For sure, 100%. You guys, Henna would have been doing a breakdown. Henna Gracie would have been like, you guys, so we've got New York City police that can't stop shooting unarmed bystanders. If they would have just been at least a blue belt, nobody would have gotten shot.
That's so funny. If you guys don't know what Justin, go look up Henna Gracie. What is he? What are they called?
That's the Gracie breakdown.
The Gracie breakdown. Justin does an excellent impression of him. I don't know about this one, man. I'm kind of torn because while I don't believe that I can't even say I don't believe he made the right decision by shooting this guy because it seems like it's all he had left. The only other line of and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an officer of the law. Maybe he could have pulled his nightstick out, but even that, the dude's coming at you with a knife. I don't know. Better aim. If he would have shot him and not shot anybody else, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, what's the answer then? I guess more training, right? You should be mandated to have, like, I think you might be mandated to do certain, like, range hours. I want to say my friend told me that. I think you have to maintain a certain amount of range hours
I believe that.
in firearms training.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'd be there every day letting that thing off. Bro, you kidding me? I could go there. I'd be like, what? We got open range here? Like, just like open gym, like growing up? Like, where I could just come here and use like company rounds and just get off like 1,000 shots?
That was my question. I wonder if they get to use their rounds or if they have to bring their own.
Nah, there's like big, like your service rounds are different. Like if you let off service rounds, it's like somehow I think they're different, and that's how.
They're all chipped? They can find them all?
I don't know what it is, but there's like a certain, like you can't do that. You can't.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, like those are like special bullets, and if they find them, they'll know like, hey.
You're discharging your service weapon. Like you can't be out here busting that thing off because you had too many at the pub.
Yeah.
You can't be doing it at a desk pop at the house.
A desk pop.
You can't be doing that. But man, I really don't know, because then it leads me. I know we're going on about this, but this is very thought provoking to me, this topic.
Yeah, of course.
So I wonder, like, what's the other option? They engage him physically sooner to prevent this escalation, because we always want the police to de-escalate, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
So if they jump in, take him down, and kind of just cuff him, find the knife on him, and they're like, oh, you got a knife, buddy, whatever. Everybody would say, why'd they do that to him? He didn't pull a knife. He didn't do nothing, which I'd probably say too. Like, why'd you take him down? But what's the other option? You wait until it becomes unsafe for other people.
So here's the thing. I think that, first of all, now that I'm envisioning it in my head, they try to tase this guy twice. He ran in the train, ran out of the train. It probably looked like a 3-ring circus.
Bro, it looked crazy. You know how many people are in there with headphones on that don't even know what's going on? This guy's running by him and they bump into like, yo, bro, come on, I'm getting on the train.
And there's all these cops are chasing him. It was probably a zoo in there. But
dude, it's a zoo without a police foot chase.
Yeah. But what you mentioned before, the de-escalation, which is something we haven't mentioned yet, is probably what people are going to ask for. I think that when people criticize this particular case, I think that that's the way in, to say that this shouldn't have gotten to that point, that when you look at what happened, right? You look at the root of all this. The reason why they're chasing this guy is because he avoided a fare. He jumped a toll. He didn't pay for the train fare, right? He didn't pay the $3 or $5 or $10. Is that money worth like this outcome, like something escalating to this point? I think that's difficult to say with this particular case, because they are saying that this guy has an alleged history of mental illness. I don't think you could take those things into factor, because maybe he just went 0 to 100. I don't think that this is something that would have happened with a rational person. I think a rational person, maybe it wouldn't have escalated to this point. But that's the people's approach in 100% to criticize.
Yeah, but yeah. So what I think is they are telling him, at least how it's reported, how it's reported. And I think the way you're going to get the most toward the victim of the police shooting, I don't want to call him a victim. He wasn't a victim. It's you needed to get shot for what you did. That's crazy. You can't run at a cop with a knife. You get shot for that.
That's crazy.
You get shot for that. You can't run at a cop with a knife. If that's what happened and that's what the body cam shows, and you're like, and he lit you up, sorry. Yeah. I feel bad for everybody else, but you had those coming.
Well, those are the real victims. The officer that got shot.
Yes.
Yeah,
the officer and the 2 bystanders. But the dude that took a few for running at a cop with a knife, that's what happens. You run at a cop with a knife, you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
All right? Words to live by. All right, guys?
100%.
So what I'm thinking is what I was thinking, because now it's gone. What I was thinking about this. Oh, that they were pursuing him, trying to get him to stop. He wouldn't stop. They're like, stop, because he jumped the turnstile or didn't pay the toll. Now, first we'll address, I know it's just a couple dollars, but I wonder how often this is happening. It's probably every fourth person is trying not to pay. So the whole time they're like, stop. And they're told this is their assignment. Your guys' assignment for the day, as we're your employer, you are our employee as the New York City Police. Today, we want you guys to focus on people jumping the turnstile and not paying. So that's probably these officers' assignment. So they're trying to stop the guy. They're trying to stop. A bunch of people are going. A bunch of people. He goes by, and they're like, stop. Hey, stop. Hey, stop. Stop. And now they're following him, and he's not stopping. And now he's starting to enter areas where I'm sure it was more crowded. He's starting to enter these areas. Like, so at what point do they engage this guy for not stopping? Do they engage him? Do they not? Like, how would we process this as people that are Monday morning quarterbacking this and trying to make it sound like there was a better way to approach this?
Yeah. You know what I just thought of?
What?
And I'm just going to say it. It's off the top of the dome.
Okay.
No judgment.
No judgment.
Net gun. Net gun. One of those like Batman things that would have wrapped a net around him. Is that crazy?
Bro, now what happens if that net gun traps him with a knife and another person in the net?
Okay.
Now
I
what
was
do
just
you do?
freestyling it. I'm not saying that
Now
this
what
is
do you do? Now there's two of them. He's stuck like this
Yeah.
with a net against some chick
Yeah.
in the net.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
And
with
now you
this
got
guy-
the guys with the guns are now standing over them. Over him.
Yeah, well, with this guy's aim, he would have caught 4 of them in that net. You're right. All right. I take back what I said.
Yeah, he would
We're
have
just
ended up
workshopping.
blocking the subway. He would have ended up blocking the door to hey, catching everybody in a train car.
No,
But-
yeah. I think that it's too difficult to judge the situation, even based off of what the little we know now. It's like, I don't know what other options. Like, I'm not saying I would have done it any better, except for the fact that he shot 3 other people. That's where he messed up.
Yeah, he might need to get his range hours up a little bit, but who knows? I mean, at the range, you're not shooting things that are zigging and zagging and trying not to get shot. You're
Yeah,
shooting
you're
something
not-
still.
Yeah, you're not shooting some homeless dude in a Montclair jacket holding
Yeah.
the fucking...
You're not trying to shoot one of them guys that dances on the subway. and
Yeah.
shit. And he's swinging through the bars and shit, and he's swinging around and
Yeah.
almost kicking commuters in the head while everybody just reads their paper. Everybody's like just crushing candy on their phone while these guys
They're doing acrobatics.
doing acrobatics on. Yo, how crazy. New York City is not a real place, bro. New York City is like it's the upside down, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. Yo, and they just be letting them rock.
Do you know any stories? And we're approaching the hour.
No way. I don't believe it.
Yeah, we're approaching the hour, but I want to know if you know about this. And I wasn't going to talk about it. I don't have it written down, but it's something I just thought of.
What?
Do you know anything about them? I heard like snippets of an article where they were talking about these Venezuelan migrants that are, I don't know if it's Chicago. I think it's Chicago. And they're like taking over like apartment buildings or hotels.
It's Colorado.
Is that where it is? Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's hear it.
Apparently there was some alleged Venezuelan street gangs
Yeah.
that were starting to populate the area, and then from what I read, they took over 3 apartment buildings.
What?
Just like went in, like home invasion type stuff and getting people out. Yeah. But I think they've been stopped already.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
I think they had some real deal. They were like, okay, now we send in the American badass guys.
How crazy is
Now
that?
we send in the real guys.
Do you think that there's like, and let's both put our tinfoil hat on right now.
Let's do it.
Do you think that there's a possibility that there's like, you remember how when Cuba released a lot of people to the States?
Yeah, the Scarface.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe that's something, and I don't even know if that's true or if that's just, fiction, but do you think that that's something that's going on with like the migrants? Like all these countries are just like, oh, we're going to Australia, you guys. We're just going to let our prisoners go. We're just going to let the people go that we don't want here.
Dude, that's 110% part of what's happening. They're
Because-
sending their worst people. Like they're sending their worst. That's what Castro did.
Because it's crazy to think it's like we all know people from, people around the world, like not everybody has, there's bad people and there's good people in every country. But it's crazy that we're hearing stories about about some of these migrants that are coming here, where you know that a majority of the population of people coming from their country are probably great people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's crazy that, like, how did this guy slip? How did the entire gang slip through? You know what I'm saying? How did they get here?
Because they're not slipping through. They're not checking anybody. Everybody's just coming in. There's tens of thousands of them coming in weekly, monthly, just coming in and coming in and coming in, and that's all it is.
Even the coming here, because it's not the trip isn't easy, right? It's not like they're taking getting on a bus and just coming in. Like, they gotta pay, they gotta get to here, right? You would think that a Venezuelan gang coming from like a communist country or whatever, I don't know what their status is, wouldn't have the funds to make it through all the way up and jump over, right? Like, who's funding this? I don't know. It's just
that's a good question. Who's funding it is a very good question. Who's funding it? And clearly, I'm sure there are criminal organizations that are seeing a market here, profit here. They're like, America is just letting you in, so we'll build an entire infrastructure to get people there and charge them for it. Like, I'm sure there's unofficial, just like public transit that's run by these guys. You know, I mean, You see these guys, like the cartels now are not the cartels from the 90s. They're not the cartels.
Organized.
Do you see how they dress? They look like a country's military. Have you seen these guys?
Yeah.
They are dressed like full-blown Green Berets.
Yeah, they got
Military vests, armor-piercing rounds. Like, these guys look like military.
Yeah, no facts.
This is a different type of money. This is a different type of organization that we're seeing. These people. So I wouldn't doubt if they're laying down train tracks and shit. And they're running a fucking train from down there, bro. I swear to God.
You think they brought the bullet train
Swear
in?
to God, bro.
You think they brought the bullet?
They brought the bullet train, bro. Straight up. They got a subway system that they're working on right now,
Yeah, that
bro.
shit'll take you from Chile to Mexico in
right.
sub 6 hours.
That's right, bro. El tren debajo de la tierra.
Yeah,
just like that.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I heard a little bit about that story and I was like, man, that's crazy.
Terrifying,
Gangs taking
bro.
over
Did you see the
apartments and
video
hotels.
that they were showing? As
The whole way?
bro.
Yeah.
Yo, what's crazy to me is like real gangsters from these other places, they don't dress like gangsters here.
Nah.
These guys be in swim trunks and shit
Yeah,
with a
the
hoodie on while
flip-flops.
he's on his cell phone with the strap at the door.
Yeah.
Knocking at the door. It's like he's in flip-flops, with the strap.
Facts.
I'm like, these are different places, bro. Do not mess with them guys, man.
Yeah.
Do not mess with those guys, man.
Crazy.
Wow. That shit's terrifying that you even brought that up. We should probably cut this out. I don't even want to talk about this.
Yeah, why we talk about the tell?
Yeah, you brought this up. It was on the news. Everybody knows.
People know.
Cut the tape.
You're the one that told them what kind of rounds they got.
Come on. Come on, bro. I saw that on Vice.
Damn, Rip Vice. We got 1 minute to the hour. What do you got?
What do I got?
You don't have to have anything because in that minute you could close this out. But
All right. I'll close
if
this
you
out.
do,
That's a good call. I'll close this out. This is Mass and None Podcast, episode 216, riffing about some things that are going on in the world. We appreciate everybody that joined us. Chris, shout out to Chris. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss a single episode every time we go live. And if you can't watch the video version, make sure that you guys check out the audio version on your favorite podcast listening platforms at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, your favorite podcast platforms. But you always know what we tell you every single episode. If you don't find us on your preferred podcast listening platform, and this goes for our international listeners as well, if you have a particular platform you prefer, make sure that you jump on. Or right now, you're going to listen to Berto, and he's about to tell you what you can do so that we can help you out with that.
join the Discord. It's simple. You join the Discord, you get on there, and if you can't find us on your application, you harass us. Harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. Specifically, Justin. He loves being pinged from Discord. Justin's not a big Discord guy. I'm pretty sure we're probably the only Discord channel in his Discord app. So he enjoys being pinged. Ping Justin.
I never, ever, ever once said I enjoy getting pegged.
But no, I
listen
said ping, dude. Ping.
Oh,
It's totally
pinged,
different.
pinged.
ING. Ping. Ping them.
Ping.
Ping them, guys. Ping them over and over and over again. That's it. Mastodon episode 216?
216.
216. Damn.
Hell yeah.
216. All right. I think it's time you play the music.
Wilson Manyoma. Corona.
Damn, Elf is on Broadway.